What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the preview for Manchester City's penultimate game of the domestic season and also our final away game of the Premier League season. It's Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Manchester City on Tuesday 18th of May 2021 from the Amex Stadium, 7 PM BST kickoff time. It's our last game, away game of the season. Like I said, our penultimate game of the domestic season. Fans are allowed in this stadium as well. It is Brighton fans only, and it's going to be at a 25% capacity, just over 7,500 fans. Really looking forward to that. But before I crack on with this preview, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then subscribe. It's free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We've smashed past 17k subscribers. 18k subscribers is where we're aiming for next, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also my social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below of this game, including your score and team prediction for this match against Brighton and Manchester City. So without further ado, let's crack on with this preview. It's a chance for Manchester City to extend our away winning record in the Premier League. Currently stands at 12 consecutive wins in a row. We have a chance here to make it win number 13. Brighton, for them, they're safe, sitting in 17th place. They've not had the best of seasons, but they're still not a bad side. Still under good leadership from Graham Potter. I rate Graham Potter. I think he's a good manager as well. They've won one of their last 3 games. Their last game drew at home against West Ham 1-1, which could be quite fatal to their hopes of making the Champions League for West Ham. However, still in good stead to potentially make a European place, but they were needing wins, and Brighton managed to grind and pick up a point there against West Ham. Now, looking into the Brighton team, if you're unfamiliar with the team, they've got Dan Burn at the back. He tore us apart when we played Wigan in the FA Cup back in 2018, when it helped League One Wigan, as it was at the time, knock out Manchester City out in the FA Cup, one of the biggest modern time cup shocks. We don't like playing Wigan, let's not go there. They've also got Basuma as well, who I'm expecting to start in the middle of the park. I'm wondering if Adam Lallana may start. He came off the bench against West Ham. Pascal Gross, he started. And Danny Welbeck, the scorer of the goal against West Ham as well, he started in the last game. I'm wondering if he may start in this game as well. Like I said, Graham Potter, he isn't a bad manager. I think he's going to try and make this game as difficult as possible for Manchester City. He's going to try and keep things tight at the back, sit deeper, try and hurt us on the counter-attack, and look for them set pieces as well, something that could have cost us when we won the Premier League title back in 2019, the 2018-19 season. We played Brighton in the last game of the season, and Brighton went ahead with them near post corners, so let's not forget the dangers that set pieces do possess to Manchester City. PSG targeted us with set pieces and corners as well, so we do need to be careful that I don't think we are the best at dealing with set pieces, so I think that might be something Brighton may look towards as a leeway into this game. Manchester City in our last game against Newcastle, we was very open. It was like a pre-season game. We looked disjointed in that game. We're more than likely, with the amount of changes we're going to make, we're going to look a bit disjointed in this game, so it will give Brighton something to go at. City will just look to try and play their game, make it about quality, attack, and most of all, we need to be clinical. We was clinical against Newcastle. That's why we ended up winning that game. It finished 4-3. Newcastle clinical in front of goal. City clinical in front of goal. We just had enough about us to win that game, and I'm hoping it's going to be the same for this game as well. I think it's important that we take some momentum going into the Champions League final. There will be squad rotation. There will be quite a few changes from Manchester City with that match against Chelsea in the Champions League final in a couple of weeks on our mind. However, momentum, it's important. We need to make sure players are keeping sharp. We're picking up the wins. The best way to prepare for that Chelsea match is by winning our games, going into that game full of confidence, knowing that we're scoring goals and we're keeping clean sheets, and that's what we need to try and get back to. I suspect there will be some rotation. There'll be some players that start started in the last game against Newcastle that will be rested in this game, and there'll be some key players, first team players that didn't start against Newcastle that will start in this game, looking to try and increase their match sharpness, and I imagine that'll be the same again next weekend against Everton in the Premier League as well. In terms of injuries, we know Sergio Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne were both out with injuries in the last game against Newcastle. I'm wondering if they might be fit enough to possibly make the bench. I'm not sure if either of them is going to be risked. I imagine we'll probably see both of them at least on the bench against Everton. Sergio Aguero's last Premier League game, he'll more than likely start against Everton. It wouldn't surprise me if Aguero does get onto the bench for this game. Will he start? I'm not too sure. With Kevin De Bruyne, why risk him? I'd probably say with De Bruyne, if he's fit enough to go on the bench, put him on the bench. If we need him to come on, bring him on. Then Everton, maybe give him a start and give him 45 minutes, maybe an hour, see how he's getting along, see how he's picking up and recovering from his injury, then take him off and then ready for that big Champions League final against Chelsea in a couple of weeks' time. So, in our last match against Newcastle, we saw key players that I'm expecting to be in and around the first team squad for that match against Chelsea that started against Newcastle was Kyle Walker, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and possibly Rodri as well. So these players may not feature in this game against Brighton. I'm wondering if Cancelo may miss out too. If that does happen, we may be a little bit unorthodox with Walker and Cancelo sitting out at right back. Could it be someone like Zinchenko or Mendy going in at right back? I've seen Fernandinho slot in there as well. If that does happen, who's going to go in defensive midfield? Maybe we see a youngster come into the squad, someone like Tommy Doyle. We saw Cole Palmer on the bench. May he make the bench or come into the squad? We have spoken previously about Liam Delap. I am expecting him to be loaned out next season, so I'm not sure we'll see him on the bench for Manchester City. As much as I'd like to see Liam Delap, I'm not sure that will happen or not. If he was going to be on the bench, I'd have thought it had been and come against Newcastle. It didn't come, so I'm wondering if it will come or not. I may be wrong. We'll find out. Pep teams, they're very hard to predict, if I'm completely honest. So, I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. We saw Scott Carson start against Newcastle. I don't think he'll start in this game. This time I'm going for Zack Steffen to go in goal for Manchester City. He was fit to go, so I'm going for Steffen to start in goal. I'm going for Cancelo at right back, Benjamin Mendy at left back. I'm not going with the unorthodox. I'm going for Cancelo. I don't think he'll start against Chelsea in a couple of weeks, so I think he'll start in this game. Cancelo right back, Mendy at left back. I'm going with a centre-back pairing of John Stones and Aymeric Laporte. May we see Nathan Ake or Eric Garcia? I'm not sure. They only played on Friday. Stones and Laporte, I'll try and get full 90 minutes under their legs, see how they're responding, because they're two players that could well be in and around the squad for that Champions League final. I'm going for Fernandinho, another player that I'm expecting to probably be in and around the squad. Give him 90 minutes here today. Give him a rest against Everton, ready to go against Chelsea. I'm going for Rodri to sit alongside him because it's either going to be him or Tommy Doyle if we're going to go with the aspect of resting players. So I'm going for Fernandinho and Rodri occupying as two defensive midfielders for Manchester City. I suspect Fernandinho may be the player that perhaps goes further forward and Rodri sits in the hole. I'm expecting City to have a lot of possession, so I'd like maybe we could see one of the more creative players like Gundogan or Bernardo Silva possibly start in this game. If that does happen, they'll most certainly not be even in the squad, I don't think, against Everton, starting 2 games in a row with a big Champions League final coming up. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going for Fernandinho and Rodri. If it's not working, change it up. I'm going for Phil Foden sitting ahead of them, Mahrez on the right-hand side, Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side. I'm going for Ferran Torres to start up top, Gabriel Jesus to be given a rest, and I don't think Sergio Aguero will be fit to go. I'd like to see Ferran Torres sitting at the top of the Manchester City attacking line. He got a hat-trick, of course, against Newcastle. I'm backing him to get another goal here for Manchester City. He looks like he's in scintillating form, full of confidence. I'd put him in that striking position, see how it works, see what's happening there. Bit of trial and error. I'm going for this to be a close game. My score prediction, I'm going for 2-1 to Manchester City. I'm going for Ferran Torres to grab a goal if he does start, building on his confidence of getting a hat-trick versus Newcastle. And I'm also going to go, if he does start, for a goal for Riyad Mahrez. He's in scintillating form. He scored past Brighton before away from home. I'm going for him to do it again if he does start. So there we go. That is my preview. They are my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Don't forget also to subscribe as well if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Like I said, I am aiming for 18,000 subscribers. Now it's free to subscribe, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I will see you all again tomorrow night for the live watch along. We'll have the link out probably at some point tournament later on this evening for everybody to go and set their reminder for. So I'll see you all again for the live watch along of our penultimate Premier League game of the season and our final away game of the season, and we finally do have fans in the stadiums on a consistent basis. So there we go. Thank you everyone for watching. Looking forward to this game. I'll see you all again tomorrow evening. I've been JSGC. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.